Watkins Glen. Today we are going to see the tough challenge Watkins Glen has for these drivers, as it is the first road course that you guys will see on this track series. Going into this race, you're going to be looking forward to some spaced out racing that features some drivers with some skill and drivers that have no experience at all here at a race course. Here is the current point standing. You're going to be having Brandon Barkuski. Excuse me. This is wrong. Give me 1 minute.
Jake Miller's slow as shit.
This Kevin Harvick Ollie truck is fast tonight. Over to you, Larry Mack.
Well, we'll see if it passes post-race inspection.
Can we get some AM radio going?
Dan Denny Hamill blows a tire, and that American-made Ford Mustang Busch Light car is going to win the Indianapolis 400. The Brickyard.
AM radio, testing.
Larry Mack, AM radio.
Well, I'm looking at this track and, 121 degrees on the track right now. It's going to be a slick Watkins Glen. I mean, good luck to all these truck drivers out here this afternoon.
Thank you for that, Brandon.
Of course.
My bad.
You're all good.
Might come across on the high race.
My bad, 88. We can do that.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Great Lake Truck Series as the drivers managed to take on Watkins Glen this week. We're going to start things off by bringing in the league owner, the number 2 Sam Hoff. What's up, Sam? You got a copy?
Hey, Briar, how you doing?
Oh, chilling, man. Got a couple questions for you if you're ready.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Tell me what's this league mean to you?
Means a lot to me. I mean, we just started a few days ago, and we're already at about 30 drivers for tonight. So I'm very proud of it and proud of the guys that are in here, and I'm excited to have a good season. Hopefully, a few more seasons to come.
My bad. Sorry about that.
So, with the challenges of being a league owner, what is the biggest challenge you have?
Honestly, keeping people in check with like attitude and that kind of stuff because we have some issues with that with some people in our league, and another issue is definitely making sure people don't act out when they want to and keeping them in line and making sure they race each other with respect and not just wrecking one another.
Understandable. So you're sitting here fifth in practice. How are you feeling about tonight's race?
Well, feeling nervous honestly because it's a road course race and these we're all over racers, oval racers here. So we're probably going to be not really. I'm probably going to be taking it real easy, maybe starting at the back. I don't know yet. We'll see.
So you starting out in the back. Is your biggest thing to just manage to get out of the wrecks?
Yes, sir. My biggest thing is to keep the truck clean for the first 15, 20 laps and then start pushing it pretty hard after that first or second stop.
Where would you say you can make up the most time for yourself? Like,
I myself, I feel I can make a lot of time in the S's and in the last two turns through this track.
you think that's going to be the biggest weakness for some of these drivers?
Probably not as much the S's as much as the last two corners, because I know the last corner, if you're not careful with it, you're gonna overshoot it very easily, and then you're gonna be on the gas too soon, and you're gonna be wrecking the truck.
Well, Sam, go ahead and I'll get you back in your lobby, and I hope you the best tonight, man.
Thank you for the broadcast again tonight. Let's have a good one.
That was league owner Sam Hoff. Let's try to find second points finisher right now, Brandon Barkuski. Bring him onto the podcast or the broadcast. Brandon, you got a copy, buddy?
I do, Briar. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm good. After last week's disappointment race, how does it look for you to come back?
Man, we got to figure out the right-handers tonight. It ain't gonna get any easier, I can tell you that. Watkins Glen is definitely going to be difficult. My pick to win is going to be my teammate and renegade, Jake Miller. He looks darn fast right now. He's got us beat by a second, but I think we can be top 5 tonight, Briar, based off what I've seen myself do in practice this week.
Now, looking at the top five in practice, you have Shane, Jake, yourself as all of the drivers in HMS. You guys are in the top five. It looks like you guys are looking nice and pretty. Behind you in seventh place, you have Elliot Henderson, who you gave up the points lead last week to. What is going to be your key to getting back in front?
Just got to start chipping away. Hope he stops winning these darn races and against us. We got to all figure it out collectively as a group here. Hopefully Jake helps us with that today, and maybe we can sneak past Elliot and gain some points and get to Dega and survive next week. So we'll see how it goes, man. We just got to be smart and stay on track.
Well, sounds like a good plan, buddy. I'm going to send you back down to your team so you can go ahead and get a good qualifying session in.
All right, appreciate that, Briar. It should be a good one here for you today to broadcast.
Yep, good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to be set up for qualifying now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be some time for qualifying. Ben Nestor looks to be out on track, same as Ty Aiken, Daniel Nanny, Justin Binda, Chris White, Cody Williams, Samuel Hoff, Hunter Madalinas, Ryan Potter, Eric Keff, and Jake Miller. Also, thanks for following us on Facebook, Todd Klinger. And also, Aiden, Chase Elliott is the man. See if I can't get a good look for some of these drivers. Go ahead and move this. That's my apologies. Just in the nick of time, you watch the 99 of Ryan Potter go into the gravel there. Let's go up and see what Ty Akins is doing. Akins was the first one, excuse me. Ben Nestor was the first one out on track. Here's that S-turn that Brandon Barkuski was talking about. It's where a lot of drivers can make time up and lose time pretty much. Let's go ahead and show you some speed that Ty Akins carrying. He's got a little loose there off the end of that turn. Coming down to put his first lap down. Ty Aiken is going to be running a 1 minute and 18-second lap. Jake Miller right now is top of the leaderboards. Flying man over here with a 1:14. That's the fastest lap out of anybody in the practices all this week. Elliot Henderson coming in as second quickest with a 1:15.56. Elliot Henderson is done with his qualifying time. He's going to be in the lead right now. The 1:14.698. There we have the 37 of Elliot Henderson, your points leader. Elliot Henderson coming in on his last lap. He's going to be at a 1:15.56. That's going to be his fastest lap of the session. Brandon Barkuski posts a time of a 1:15.81 on his first lap. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet, go ahead and check out the YouTube of Great Lake Truck Series. Also, go give them a like on Facebook and go ahead and follow Twitch at fritzfry.live if you want to follow the stream on Twitch. Brandon Barkuski's got to be a fan favorite for the car scheme because that is beautiful. Brandon Barkuski coming around for his final lap here. Sector speed-wise, he is faster than Jake Miller's first lap. Elliot Henderson, excuse me, thank you for the follow on Facebook, buddy. And good luck tonight. Thank you, Pat, for Life83 for the Twitch Prime sub.
Runs us clear down to the infield. He wants to about everybody else. He's the one that drives like a little.
Brandon Barkuski
Thanks, Tony.
is going to finish with a 1:15.81. Let's go ahead and head over to Shane Nicewanger. Shane Nicewanger sitting in 9th right now in his last lap. Let's hope he could post a faster lap. Comes down the finish line for his last lap. And he will not get any faster, and he is just right into the wall. Thank you, Elliot, for sharing the stream, buddy. Good luck again. Now let's go ahead and see who is on the track. You got Tyrell Baker. Out on the track for his first lap. Tyrell Baker is going to be here for another week after this one, and after this race, you're going to have... Oh, Tyrell Baker is not going to get a lap time here as he's going to go off the track. Tyrell Baker not going to set a time in his first lap. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new segment here while qualifying is going on. My dog Bristol, she's a Husky, and she's got a pick for tonight. Her pick is going to be with the 75 of Jake Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, she seems to be a smart dog with that pick. As we continue to watch Peter, excuse me, that was Peter Kumama in the 20 car that fell off. Tyrell Baker did qualify 10th. Peter's not going to get another lap in. Peter's just going to scratch all of that, and he's just going to head it into the garage. Right now, qualifying has been done. I believe there's no cars left to go out on the track. So as of now, we're going to take time out to pay tribute to this great nation of ours in the Star Spangled Banner by the Barbershop Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Because if nobody can get through, we'll obviously throw the yellow.
luck, guys. Let's have fun turning right.
Hey Jacob, buddy, I'm gonna be very careful on this start, okay? If I can get a gap to the inside line, I'm gonna just shoot down and slide into the field, into the bottom, and let everyone go.
Well, you bet you do. We're going to be turning right today, aren't we, Briar? Well, you know what I mean. You know, comes a time you got to reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. You know, we're going to be nervous here through turn 1, but once we get through that bus stop, I'll tell you what, Briar, we're going to be racing here at Watkins Glen. I think we're going to have a good race this afternoon. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Briar. Good luck to everybody here.
Okay, boys. Again, Jacob, I'm gonna be pretty patient on this start.
Easy in the one, folks. Easy in the one.
Green flag.
And guys, it's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, 81. Barb, that was a hell of a save.
He said he thanks the wall for that one.
Barb, you gonna block me for the next 80 turns, man?
Cody, go low. Sorry about that, Brandon. Just try not to get involved. I'm pitting in, pitting in.
Cody, stay out there.
Yeah, it's not going to good, Jake.
I would let you have a 25 without running me off the track.
Elliot, I'll be pitting in.
One pitting in.
58 pitting in.
49 pitting in.
63 pitting in.
Cody, I'll be pitting in.
Hunter, go inside. Hunter, inside.
46 pitting in as well.
VA pitting out.
$25 pitting out.
Sorry, I can't move.
I just got an unsafe pit exit because there was a wrecked car in the pit lane and I had to avoid it. Can I get that cleared, please?
To confirm, I saw that, admins.
Pitting in.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. And I'm back from our crank-out portion of the race. We have Jake Miller in front here. Jake Miller taking over lap cars. Elliot
Trying to
Henderson
go high
is
on
a
the
second
next
and a
stretch
half
here.
behind him. Jake
There,
Miller
Q2.
is pulling up and out in front and about to check out here. Tyrell Baker's 8 seconds behind Elliot Henderson and 8 seconds in front of Hunter Madalinas. Tyrell Baker managing to stay out front.
Daniel. I gotta drive through.
Cody Williams has been
I'm not gonna
assessed a
pass
drive-through
the bus stops,
penalty.
man.
So far, Bristol's pick has been right with Jake Miller ahead. Jake Miller has not led a lap this whole race. Elliot Henderson, though, has a clear path in front of him.
Brandon, just let me know.
Jake Miller is going into the S-curves with a lapped car. Lap car is giving him a run for his
Can do it
money
on the
here.
front.
Jake Miller not losing any time
Appreciate that.
to Elliot Henderson.
Oh, no problem.
Tyrell Baker,
So I can get you in the bus stop. Or
Curtis
before.
Granger,
Never mind, never mind.
Shay Niswanger, Daniel Nanny,
Thank you.
Eric Kep, Ty Aiken, William
no
Barbagelata, and Justin Binda.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm just trying to
Round
down
out your
my tires.
top
I just
10.
bought
Justin
them off the
Binda
bus
back
too
into
much.
the top 10 after the terrible start he had.
Do we not just stop in the bus stop or in the SSC? Thank you.
Apparently there are cars
Go
stopping
ahead.
in the middle of the bus stop. But they continue to race here, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Williams again crashed. Richard Grosher crashed 3 times. Bidnester has crashed. Brian Hale. Marshall Williams. Sam Hoff, the lead owner, has crashed. Let's go and take a replay of that. Coming down into the first turn. He's just going to get loose and slide up. Justin Binda and William Barbagelata did a great job avoiding it.
Sam, your internet's having a stroke.
Sam Hoff having internet problems. Curtis Granger has made his way up into 4th position with Shane Niswanger up into 5th. Daniel Nanny up into 6th. Eric Kep, Ty Aiken, William Barbagelata, and Hunter Madalinas round out your top 10 again. No changes there. But Connor Holden is in a charge here for the 10th position. Hunter Madalinas will pass a lapped car.
Kyle, you mind if I get by here on this straight?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you,
Brandon
man.
Barkowski asking for lap cars to stay in their lane. Cody Williams has crashed once again. Elliot Henderson has taken the lead here over Jake Miller. Let's go ahead and rewatch that overtake.
Thank you, Kyle.
They're coming into the S-curve. Jake Miller lets Elliot Henderson have the low side. Elliot Henderson will take over Jake Miller for the first position. Jake Miller still right behind him, though. Not giving up.
Thank you.
Chris going low.
Tyrell Baker, 11 seconds.
Hey.
12 seconds behind your second place
That's it.
driver. The field is all spread out here, ladies and gentlemen.
Alex, you're fine, you're good.
You have 11 drivers still in the race. 2 have disconnected, but 11 drivers in the race are lap down. Jake Miller losing time here to Elliott Henderson. Tyrell Baker again, 12 seconds behind second, 13 behind the first. Curtis Granger and Shane Neiswanger are your next battle, people,
Man, I'll stay left.
as they
All
are
right,
the closest
sorry.
on the gap. Let's go ahead and see if we can't dial up Jake Miller. Jake Miller's broadcast got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy.
So what happened there with the overtake of Shane Henderson?
Lap traffic.
Lap traffic caused you that? Well,
yeah, they got in my way.
You've been running strong all day. I don't see why you can't get back up there.
Nope, I think I'm going to short pit them a lap. See if I can gain time.
Well, hopefully that works out for you, Jake, and good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Jake Miller describing his pass by Shane Henderson to be lap traffic, and that is believable, ladies and gentlemen, as the lap traffic is worse than I-75 here in Indiana. Curtis Granger and Shane Neiswanger. Shane Neiswanger has managed to catch up to him. Eric Keff all by his lonesome self with 3 seconds in front of the 30 Daniel Nanny. Daniel Nanny also on his own island. Ty Aiken as well. And then William Barbagelado is 14 seconds behind Ty Aiken. If I was these drivers, I would find a volleyball and name it after Wilson. Jake Miller not letting Elliott Henderson get too far away. And remind you, these drivers are 16 seconds ahead from second place. Curtis Granger finally lets Shane Neiswanger by. Shane Neiswanger now up into 4th position. Tyrell Baker getting past lap traffic here. Eric Keff catching up to Daniel Nanny. William Barbagelado in the Interstate Battery cars running around here in the 9th position.
'85 pitting this lap.
85 is pitting this lap.
Josh, I'm
85 is the first car down. Justin Binda also pitting this lap. He is in 15th position. Jake Miller has not yet let Elliott Henderson out of his vision. Let's go back into some lap cars. You got Cody William, Brian Howe, Rich Grosser, Patrick Coro. Shane Neiswanger has managed to get by Curtis Granger. There is some communication going on here between the 26 of Cody Williams, the 96 of Patrick Coro. Patrick Coro is in the little concrete area over there off of turns 1. Jake Miller screeching his tires here. Try to put up some laps, and he will gain some ground on the 37 of Elliott Henderson. We will be halfway here this time by.
I'll say right, Ty.
Let's go ahead and check out
Thank you.
your off-track incidents here. Elliott Henderson, Jake Miller, Shane Neiswanger, Carl Faust, Justin Binda. Your 5 drivers to only go off the track once here, ladies and gentlemen. Your two leaders of this race have been running the cleanest here. Let's go ahead and also check out their pit lap. Elliott Henderson and Jake Miller are on the same pit strategy as it looks like.
Go, Chris.
Granger was pitting a lap ahead of those drivers. But with the lead Elliott Henderson and Jake Miller have on the field, there is no making up time there. Let's go to best time. See who has the best time. Jake Miller with the best time of a 1:15.443. Let's see who carries the most speed here. Elliott Henderson up to 164. Tyrell Baker 178. Tyrell Baker will be your fastest car so far.
93 pitting this time.
93 of Overstreet is pitting, and the 2 of Justin Huff pitting here. Excuse me, Sam
Good
Huff.
job, Chris.
Jake Miller is closing the gap there. It was a second last time they were around the S-curves. Now it is down to 0.79.
Thank you, Matt.
Elliott Henderson still out on the lead
I didn't know
here.
you were going to that corner slow.
I'm a slow boy in turn 1.
Let's go back to Brandon Barkowski, as he is in 8th after starting 4th. Excuse me, he started 3rd.
63 pitting in.
63 is pitting in here.
58 pitting in.
58, Ty Aiken pitting in. Ty Aiken is on the lead lap, and so is the 63 of Eric Keft. Curtis Granger, the 77, is pitting in as well. It is getting that time 4 pits. And Jake Miller stated in our interview that he will pit a lap ahead, so let's see if he will come down. Elliott Henderson and Jake Miller both are pitting in here. Let's go back to Shane Neiswanger and see if he can close in this gap, as he's got a 32-second gap in between him and Jake Miller. There was a race into pit lane, so let's see if Jake Miller can get out in front. Jake Miller will not. Elliott Henderson is in front of Jake Miller here. Shane Neiswanger's managed to get up into second spot. Here is your battle, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Neiswanger, the 49, Jake Miller, the 75, and 37 to Elliott Henderson.
Curtis, you're fast, go. I'm on old shit.
Fine.
Brandon Barkuski letting the 77 of Curtis Granger ahead. Brandon Barkuski now the only driver besides Shane Neiswanger without pitting after lap 14.
49 pitting this time.
This time the HMS team is going into pit. Let's see if Brandon Barkuski is going to go in with his teammate.
Daniel, I'm pitting.
Brandon Barkuski is coming in with his teammate to pit. They are in for the long haul. 30, Daniel Nanny gets loose there. Shane Neiswanger on pit road. Jake Miller has taken the lead over from Elliott Henderson. Let's go ahead back and check that out. It is here on the S-curve. He carries in momentum into the first S-curve and will take over the 37's first spot.
Thanks, Kyle.
Henderson, though, not lagging back far behind. As last time these two got together, it was lap traffic that had Jake Miller getting past.
Pitting out, pitting out.
Brandon Barkuski pitting out. He will go a lap down here if they continue. Excuse me, he will not go a lap down. The difference between second and third is a 15-second lap, or excuse me, 15-second gap. Then after that, you have a 20-second gap between third and fourth. Brandon Barkuski will go a lap down, I believe.
Brian, I'm going high.
I was letting you go.
I take that back. He has not went a lap down. '98 of Carl Faust is pitting. My apologies for not getting everybody in this broadcast, but there has not been many battles here. The difference between the first car, Jake Miller,
Daniel goes left,
and Brandon Barkuski.
Right.
are 1 minute and 13 seconds. Let's go ahead and crank your car stereo, your radio, whatever you have this playing on. And let's go ahead and do it. Crank it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Fitting in.
Nice drift, TTB.
Thank you. That was sick.
Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Peter, go low. Thank you, boss.
Me? I don't know.
No harm, no foul.
My life just flashed before my eyes.
I peed myself a little.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race lead has not changed yet, as they are still battling it out here. The gap between second and third now is all the way up to 21 seconds. Brandon Barkowski is now battling to stay on the lead lap, but is allowing the car to go by him if need be. Hunter Madalinas is pitting here. Jake Miller will pass Brandon Barkowski, your third starting car here in the S's. I take that back. Brandon is still fighting here. Let's see here if Jake Miller can take over.
Jake, I'm going to stay low on the front.
25, as you can hear, Jake Miller is going to go high so he can pass Brandon Barkeski. But there are 3 more lap cars in front of him as the 2 is Samuel Hoff. And I believe the 27 of William Barbagelata are the cars that he has to pass here. Brandon Barkeski is still giving him a fight here to stay on the lead lap.
We'll go out there and get those guys. Put them back to you.
Yeah, my bad, guys. I'm off the racing. Just go.
Brandon Barkeski pulling over, letting the 1 and 2 car in front.
'93 pitting in.
93 of Michael Overstreet pitting in here. Here is your battle for the lead as they are going to battle lap traffic here. Samuel Hoff making a move on William Barbagelata. Jake Miller realizing it, going low as well.
I'll stay right.
Can you go up high here? So you need me.
49 pitting in.
75 is going to let the 27 cut below Shane Elliott Henderson. Elliott Henderson dropping back to a second. He's still behind the 27 of William Barbagelata. Jake Miller going into the S-curves with a 1.5-second lead as Elliott Henderson is stuck behind lap traffic. Jake Miller has managed to bob and weave his way through. Jake Miller has a cleanish track ahead of him.
58 putting in.
58, Ty Aiken pitting in.
Thanks for calling that out, Ty. Pitting in this lap.
Elliott Henderson has gained some time on Jake Miller as he was caught up behind the 84 here. But Elliott Henderson again stuck behind lap traffic. You have cars coming in.
Go high, Elliott.
Justin Binda pitting in.
I didn't say while you go there.
Samuel Hoff giving Elliott Henderson the pass.
Thanks, guys.
Elliott Henderson now on the throttle here to pass up to your leader. Jake Miller getting a little loose there, but has not relinquished much of a gap there. Talrell Baker pitting in. Same with the 30 of Daniel Nanny. So now the gap between your second car and your third car is up to 45 seconds. Barbagelata and Samuel Hoff pitting as well. I apologize, as there's not been many battles tonight on this stream, but these cars have been so spread out since the beginning.
2 pitting out, 2 pitting out.
There are only 6 cars on the lead lap. as you have Shane Neiswanger, Eric Klepp, Tyrell Baker, Curtis Granger, Elliot Henderson, and your leader Jake Miller
If you're
all on
fast,
the lead
I'll
lap.
let you go past the carousel.
Brandon Barkowski allowing more cars to pass.
Wow, that was dumb.
Ty Aiken has spun out. Aiken has reset it.
Hey, when you guys wreck, can you at least fucking call it out so you're not sitting in the middle of the track? Talking about you, 93.
'63 pitting.
Elliot Henderson has pitted in. With that being said, he now has a 34-second lead over Elliot Henderson.
Elliot, go high.
Here is your pit stint. Henderson pitting a lap ahead of Miller. Miller coming in for a pit. Let's go up to Elliott to see how much ground he can make. Elliott is stuck behind lap traffic. Jake Miller has the long road down to his pit stall, though. Elliott's going to take over the lead here, I believe so, as Jake Miller is still pitting. Jake Miller is out. Will he get out in front of Elliot Henderson? He does, as they are 1 and 2. Elliot Henderson behind the 75 of Jake Miller.
Go on, Shane.
Here is your battle of the night, ladies and gentlemen, as we are down to 9 laps to go. Nine laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Miller is pulling his lead here on Elliot Henderson.
My bad.
Let's go ahead and check the pit lane time. As Miller etched out Elliot Henderson by a wee little bit, but Miller allowing that wee little bit to get him back into the lead. Here is your track map. Elliot Henderson again closing in. With a couple laps left, we are going to pull in a car Who is out of the race? Ty Aiken, how you doing, buddy?
I was doing pretty good actually. We had a really fast truck until some dumb person decided to sit there at the straightaway going into the.
Oh, don't you worry, buddy. Everybody heard your little potty mouth.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Right now, we have Jake Miller in front of Elliot Henderson with a second lead. Gap between second and third is 23 seconds. Jake, from a driver's standpoint, was this race exciting? Ty?
You just called me Jake.
I know, and
yeah,
I apologize.
It was yeah, it was pretty exciting. We were all running good. I gained like 4 positions off the start. We were running the top 10.
You're still going to finish 22nd. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Out of 32 cars.
I just really needed to get my points back, especially after 2 weeks ago.
Were you bored at all in the car?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did you find a ball and name it Wilson?
I can't say I did.
Oh, Jake Miller gets loose. Your race leader gets loose. Elliot Henderson will take over the lead here.
No!
Elliot Henderson, with the least amount of mistakes here, took over your race lead here, putting on a almost 7 gap on Jake Miller, the 75. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ty, but this is the most exciting thing that's happened since sliced bread.
Yeah, pretty boring race.
What a mess up there for the 75 of Jake Miller.
Jake, I'm so disappointed in you. You just gave Elliott 4 in a row.
Elliot Henderson with a 6-second lead. Jake Miller is catching up to him, though, little by little.
Question is it enough? Elliot Henderson makes one mistake, Jake Miller will be there.
As you can see, Jake Miller has cut down the lead by a second in that short time. Bristol is asleep right now, Ty, but Bristol's pick slipped up there. I'm too afraid to wake her up and let her know.
Why are you doing it?
Might be a bad idea.
She might go hog wild on me. As we are coming down with 4 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. 4 laps. Also, a heads up, if you come to twitch.tv/fritzfry, we will have merch of your favorite driver here up soon. Right now, we have merch for the 75, Jake Miller, and the merch of the 3, Nathan Nixon, up right now. But there are more to come. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to this action here and see where these guys are going to finish.
I don't see Jake Miller catching up to Elliot here.
Jake has managed to stall at the 5-second range here. But Ty, I appreciate you hopping in here and giving me some help towards the end. Yeah, oh, Elliot Henderson gets a little loose, but not loose enough for Jake to gain that 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was nothing. With these trucks, every corner you were sliding, it was, you had to, if you weren't sliding, you weren't gonna go fast. So, something we were dealing with all day. Especially on these older tires too.
We have a lapped car going and cutting the S-curves. I guess that's one way to get through it.
I guess so.
Hunter Madalinas has crashed. Hello? I can't even imagine to count the amount of crashes we have had tonight.
Yeah.
Hunter, brother, get out of the way. You're in the race.
I've had to avoid a couple. Or did.
Take it, Jake.
2 laps to go here. Elliott Henderson in a commanding 5-second lead over Jake Miller, who has led the most laps here.
Moving over on the front stretch for you.
Right now, the top 2 are locked in. Top 3 are locked in. But Shane Neiswanger and Curtis Granger are going to battle it out here for 4th. Shane Neiswanger goes wide there into turn 1. Here they are at turn 2 with the inside going into Curtis Granger. And Shane is going to get passed by Curtis Granger there.
One lap to go.
Samuel Hoff and Jacob Manning are your hard chargers here with 18 cars passed. Excuse me, not 18 cars passed, but 18 spots gained. Curtis Granger pulling ahead from Shane Neiswanger. Tyrell Baker out in nobody's land. Jake Miller as well out in nobody's land. And Elliott Henderson out in BFE. Coming down to the white flag here. I do not think Jake Miller is I believe Jake Miller is officially out of this race in the first spot.
I do not see Jake Miller being able to catch up to Elliott Henderson.
White flag this time by Elliott Henderson in the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliott Henderson's going to go down into turn 1 with a almost 6-second lead over the second place car, Jake Miller. Here are your driver input for Elliott Henderson. We will have 7 cars finishing on the lead lap out of 32 drivers. And Ty, if you ask me, that is that would be a good accomplishment for these drivers.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Here we are coming down on the last turn. Elliot Henderson taking the checkered flag to make it 4 in a row. Jake Miller behind him.
Congratulations to Elliot Henderson on his 4th win on the season.
Tyrell Baker.
He's on steroids.
We're going to be doing a drug test of Elliot Henderson.
Roy Henderson just backed it into the wall.
I would too if I won
Good
my
run, Jake.
4th race in a row.
I would
From
not
all
want to
the,
wreck that car.
I feel like I
Good
just
road
raced
course
a
car.
Charles Motor Speedway.
Oh, 3rd place car, Tyrell Baker spins.
Good race, everybody. Good job. Way to get no cautions.
Let's go ahead and try to bring in your
If
3rd
anyone has
place
issue,
finisher,
please private message
Tyrell
me
Baker.
or the admins.
Oh, I did. Don't worry about it.
Tyrell, broadcast, got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, my guys? You managed to finish 3rd here at a track that a lot of people didn't expect you to be in the top 5. How's that make you feel?
Well, I didn't expect myself to be in the top 5. To get P3 was actually pretty good. I mean, I know I was pretty fast in sorry about that. I know I was actually pretty fast in qualifying, or not qualifying, sorry, practice, but I couldn't get a lap down. But to come back and finish P3 here, this is actually my best road course finish ever. So I'm pretty happy with it, and the truck was great. This actually handled like how things actually should handle. Like, it was loose and it was actually fun to drive, and I had a lot of fun racing it.
Well, sounds good. You got one more race with us, or are you going to stick with us?
I'm definitely doing Dega, 100%. I'm sticking here.
Well, sounds good, buddy. Can't wait to see you next week, and congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
Yeehaw!
Let's go down to your 2nd place finisher, Jake Miller. Jake Miller, broadcast here. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. Sorry if you hear my dog whining in the background.
All good, man. You were Bristol's pick to win it, and you had it all locked in there for a second, and then got loose there off of one of the turns. What happened there, man?
Well, he short pitted me by a lap, and I came out of pit road, so I still had the lead, and he was closing in, and I opened up a gap again, and then I guess I got on the throttle too quick.
Your pit lane time was about 3/100ths of a second faster than his, so you're faster off of pit road. Was it just newer tires, or what was it?
I don't know. I think I just overdrove it, and it's my own fault. I can't be mad at anybody else but myself.
Well, you were running good, looking good. Don't get too down on yourself, all right, buddy?
Nope, I will not. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you the rest of the year, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Elliot Henderson, broadcast, got a copy.
Yes, sir.
4 in a row, man. And before we ended last week's broadcast, you stated that this wasn't going to be your race, but you managed to still take out the win. How's that got to feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, I said I'm coming in here to just run 50 clean laps. I was training Pete all week and trying to get him up to speed on what needed to be done. And yeah, I felt vulnerable, and Jake confirmed that pretty well for the first half of the race. But between him and Shane, I just think they want me to keep winning, I guess. I thought Jake had me covered, but we came in, we ran 50 clean laps, didn't make a mistake, and that's what was needed.
I was going to say, not to hurt you driving-wise, but it's got to feel good being one of the luckiest drivers here.
Yeah, hardly does a luck of the draw turn into a win, so I'll take it. Usually you just get lucky and kind of, have better strategy and finish, better than you should have. But if my luck keeps turning into wins, I'll definitely take that for sure.
You short pitted there at the end and it ended up costing you a little time. What was the strategy behind that? You're just hoping you'd be able to get out in front of him?
Yeah, just like Sam did, actually. He pit the lap before and came out in front of me. I messed up my pit box. I didn't get in as hard as I should have, and I guess that may have cost me. But yeah, Jake coming out in front was a big defeat, and then I sent it up the S's and missed my mark there, and then had another mistake 3 laps later, just getting into the grass, entering the second to last turn there. But All in all, we kept it on the track and kept it straight, and that was what mattered.
The pit time here, you were 15:17 and he was 14:95. So there towards the end, I believe that little smidgen mess up could have cost you the race. But what can you do though with these simulation of pit people, right?
Yeah, we had a 13.8, which I didn't feel like was bad. I'd love to know what his time was, but yeah, it just cost us. And like I said, that was deflating. But as long as you keep it clean and just keep pressure on him, I knew if I could stay with him, he may make that mistake like he did. So it worked out.
Like I said before, and it seemed like you took my advice. The cleanest person, the person who makes the least mistakes, are going to be the winner.
Yeah, I think we ended up with 1 or 2 incidents, which is a solid day.
Well, good job to you and win this race. I can't wait to see you at Talladega next week, buddy. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir. Talladega's going to be super fun.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up here for Watkins Glen Great Lakes Truck Series. Be sure to keep your eye out on the merch, as we will have drivers coming out here in the next couple weeks. Good luck, everybody, and have a good night.